Hi y'all, thanks so much for stopping back by. If this is your first time here, then welcome. My name is Lori Livers, and on this channel I talk about how I use buy and hold rental properties to create passive income. I talk about DIY home improvement and planning and organizing, because in my world that's what makes all the rest of this stuff possible. If that sounds interesting to you, please do hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so that you can be notified of all the new videos coming your way. One thing I get asked about a lot is how I decide to rehab the properties that I choose to bring into my portfolio. And a lot of things make sense in rehab, a lot of things don't. So that's what this video is about today. First and foremost, I will link my basics rehab video up above for you to check out. Anything that protects the safety of your tenants and the integrity of your property obviously makes sense. This video is about everything that comes after that. Once those things have been addressed, what makes sense after that? The most important thing to remember when you get to this stage of your rehab is that you are not going to be living in this house. This property is an investment to create cash flow and wealth. While you can certainly express your own preferences when you're rehabbing your house, it's really important you don't get too taste specific with anything that you choose. If you get too specific with your colors or your finishes, then you're eliminating people who don't prefer the exact same things that you prefer. And you don't want to do that. You want to have the widest pool of potential tenants that you can create. So I like to keep things pretty neutral. Don't get too taste specific. Don't eliminate potential tenants that might be a great fit for your property. One of the things that absolutely does not make sense for a buy and hold rental property is making expensive structural changes simply based on preference. This is something like taking down a wall and adding an expensive structural beam to create a great open concept space. I love an open concept space, and most people I think do like open concept spaces, but they're expensive to create if the house doesn't already have that in the floor plan. Now, if you're flipping a property, it's not a buy and hold, then making this type of change absolutely makes sense, because you're going to get the money for that investment back out of it when you sell. But I'm in this to create passive income. I'm not looking to flip these houses. And so for a rental, doing something like taking out a wall and putting an expensive beam and creating a gorgeous open concept space doesn't really make sense. That's a really expensive project to do, and it's not going to bring any more rent than a house that doesn't have that in the neighborhood. A neighborhood can only bring what a neighborhood can bring in rent. And while you can push this, you really can't push it by more than like $200 or so. You are not going to make enough money in additional rent to offset the expense that you're going to have to pay to create a big, gorgeous open concept space. However, there are a couple of things you can do that are going to make you more rent. And so these are rehab things that do make sense. For instance, if you can create an additional bedroom or an additional bathroom within your same footprint of the home, then you can expect to pull in more rent than had you not made those changes. If you can take a 3-bedroom house to a 4-bedroom house, a family that needs a 4-bedroom house will pay more for it, while a family that needs a 3-bedroom house will not eliminate the property from what they might want to choose from, because that 4th bedroom still brings a lot of value. It can be a playroom, it can be a home office, it can be extra storage. They will be able to envision what they can do in that 4th bedroom, even if they don't necessarily need it. But a family that needs a 4th bedroom will absolutely pay a little bit more to get it because they need it. So when I'm looking at a house and I'm looking at a floor plan as it stands, I am always looking to see, is there a space where I can add an additional bedroom? And something I always try to consider is a formal dining room space. If it's set up right, under the roof that already exists, then it's a pretty easy area to convert into a 4th bedroom. And a lot of people don't use a formal dining room. I have a formal dining room in my house, and I've converted it to a craft room because I don't use a formal dining room. And families that will need that 4th bedroom will value a 4th bedroom over a formal dining room every day of the week. Another smart rehab project that makes a lot of sense is to add an additional bathroom, especially if you've purchased a house that only has 1 bathroom or maybe a 1.5 bath. And almost certainly, if you've created a 4th bedroom in your house, you need to create at least a 2nd bathroom if you've only got 1 or 1.5 baths. If you've created a 4-bedroom house, then you can expect the tenants that are going to eventually lease this house are going to have a higher number of people that live with them. And a higher number of people need a higher number of bathrooms. So a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house has a lot more value to potential tenants than a 4-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. And again, people will pay more for this extra bathroom because they need it. So if I'm looking at a property that I'm creating a 4th bedroom in and only has a 1 or 1.5 bath, I'm already looking for a space to add a 2nd bathroom to. Often you'll find with some minor adjustments that half bath can be converted to a full bathroom. Even if it's only a shower space, you need it to be a full bathroom. If I don't have a half bath space that I can convert, the 2nd space I look to is the laundry space. Often laundry spaces can be converted into full bathrooms as well, and these are a less expensive conversion than choosing a space that doesn't have any plumbing or anything already in it. A laundry space already has plumbing run to it, it already has drains run to it, so that is a space that I can easily convert into a full-size bathroom. But when I do this, I almost always have to relocate the laundry to the garage space. It's easy to relocate a laundry space to a garage. It's not expensive and it doesn't really take much work at all. In my experience, tenants would much rather have a 2nd bathroom and be doing their laundry in the garage than have only 1 bathroom and be doing their laundry someplace else. So that is an easy conversion. And that's a rehab project that really makes a lot of sense because you're creating spaces that are important to tenants. And when you create spaces that are important to tenants because they serve your tenants' needs well, they will pay more for that. You can get more rent for a property that has more bedrooms and more bathrooms. So if your budget allows for it, these are rehab projects that really make sense. Whereas opening up a space just to have a nice open concept floor plan doesn't really make a lot of sense because that will not bring you any additional rent. In my opinion, making rehab decisions that address the needs of your tenants almost always makes sense because you can expect these features to bring more rent, whereas decisions based on preferences don't make as much sense. People will pay for what they need, but they're not likely to pay more for a floor plan that they just like a little bit more than another option. So if you've made it all the way to the end of the video, thanks so much for hanging out for a few minutes. I absolutely appreciate your time. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so that you can be notified all the new videos coming your way. And also drop down into the comments. Let me know what you think about these rehab projects, or let me know if you have any questions, or just say hi. I'd love to get to know y'all. Until next time, bye y'all. Need to figure out what I was gonna say. I don't know. Don't know where I went. I can't talk. La 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 la. Whatever.